And we're back. We're finally back to Sixsquatch. I've been waiting on some parts and trying to get some stuff together and figure out my path on this as well. We've got a couple things we're working with. We're trying to get the turbo system, the air system together. So you'll see we've got some parts coming together on that in this video. And doors. We've got the doors on. The work we're doing with the doors as well. So we're working on the intake. We're working on the turbo. Working on, I've got parts coming for the oil drain for the turbo. Trying to get that all buttoned up. I got a couple more clamps that I've got for the air intake and the turbo system. We're getting close. We're getting close to the point of a tear down for paint. So we're getting really close.
Ever seen a truck drive without tires? Well, now you have.
Brought Goldie in to do a final dismantling because we've got a dash in here that is like almost unbelievable. This is an original dash from what I can tell with no cracks so far. So we're going to do our best to protect this thing. And then we're going to yank this 429 out. It's an automatic.
Look at this dash though. Well, you can't see it from here, but I'll show you. Just
a secret compartment. You could hide keys in there. It's like so secret no one will ever notice it.
Ready? Alright, so what we got going here is we've gone ahead and pulled off the door for Sixsquatch. This is one of the really, really messed up ones. There's no way I'm going to be able to fix this. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cut this off. We're going to straighten up the actual door panel itself, do some other repairs to it. Then either we'll use an aftermarket skin, or my other thought is to use one of these skins over here off of the other doors. Yes. I mean, it is just totally mangled. It's all bent through. We've lost all of our shape to this. I tried doing a little bit of stud welding pulling there, and obviously that was useless. Ear plugs making my ear itch. Garrett, come here.
Oh,
wow.
Oh well. What we're going to do right now, we need some of these door skins, and we don't know what's good or not. Alright, so let's pull off all 4 sets of mirrors. Okay, we'll save those, let's throw those in a bin. Alright, and then we'll see which ones we're going to cut open. So we don't know what's been bondoed over and fixed on these blue ones because it's been repainted and there is bondo. So we are going to strip these things down, see what we can find. What I want to do, we'll probably do this in our daily driver, is the windows. There's a mechanism you can put in here that looks like a normal window handle, but it's a switch to power windows.
so like it looks like this one, but if you like push it up,
you push it down, the window goes down. You push it up, it goes up. But if people grab it and try to crank it, then you could break it.
Yeah. I'm Tegan. You're Mason.
You're Mason.
No. I'm the bigger, tanner, taller-ish one. Shorter one. You're the shorter one. Look, I'm so much tanner.
Who is Tanner?
I'm so much tanner.
Terrible light. I'm so much tanner. You can see I'm just so
Look,
much darker.
I'm so dark.
What? Okay. Yeah. Did you just say moo?
Why would I say moo? I'm not an animal. Especially a cow, because cows are so cute.
Did you just call yourself not cute?
No. If I wasn't
You
an
said
animal,
you're not a cow, especially because cows are cute. You just called yourself not cute, buddy.
He is cute. He's adorable.
Not when he's death glaring at me.
You can't even see my eyes.
Alright, hop up and help me get down here. This side's going towards the passenger side. This side. Stand on the swing. Now turn yourself around. Ready? Lift. Alright. Let's look up inside of here. So you see that? We have some tubing done. I'm waiting on some straps for this to get in, and I'm waiting on my 90s for my stainless for my exhaust. I'm going to turn that down and then turn it back. We've got this side of the tubing pretty much wrapped up. So we had to wrap around this, so we had to come out at an angle, go back, and then go back. So we rolled it. All right, so what I got going here is I'm finally getting around to doing this project. I need to be able to custom cut some parts for Sixsquatch. Not really up to date on the programming and everything for the CNC. So what I'm going to do is we are going to try out the arc droid. We have not used this yet, and I am going to tie this in with the titanium plasma cutter from Harbor Freight. I bought it, it's mine. If I blow it up, I blow it up. So we're going to turn this thing on. We are going to disconnect our little tracer pencil thing, whatever it's called. All right, and what we're going to do is I'm going to tell this thing to fire and to cut. Okay, all right, we have continuity on it. It is just a switch. So we should be able to tie into just the switch and go from there. So I'm going to grab some wire and we're going to connect the switch line here to this on the, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up so I can use either the button on the plasma cutter or this on the wiring is what we're going to do. Okay. We're going to go ahead and take these two wires here, which is the back side of this. We're going to cut them. We're going to crimp into them. We'll strip it back. And what we're going to use is a butt splice. We've got a couple of these yellow butt splices. The reason I'm using the larger ones, the 10 gauge ones, is because I'm going to be putting two wires in one side. Okay. So we'll put two wires on one side and we'll crimp that down. I like to give them a little twist, and as you put it on, I like to twist the butt splice, and I like to visually look in there and make sure that my depth is right. Okay. And then crimp it. Now what we're going to do is give it a little tug, make sure that we're good. Okay, now let's get the crimper ready, because you're going to be a little tight here, so you definitely want to have the crimper ready. Some people on these, they like to use this upper one for solid wire, and that one with the little point on it goes into stranded wire. Either the trigger or the machine will be able to start the arc. It also means that if I take it off the machine and I touch the wires together, it's going to start the arc in the plasma cut. What I'm going to do is, this is still a little snug. I've used a 3/8 inch bushing on it, but I don't want it to slide through. It's snug, but it's not enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some tape around this and basically create a little block. And this is, I don't know how old this one is. This one's probably 6-8 months old, at least, maybe a year old. Obviously, make sure your power's off before you do any of this stuff. You don't want it plugged in or anything. It's just not worth the damage and the risk. All right, so we've made our connections on the internal side of the plasma cutter. All right, to the switch control. So it's just the normally open, and then when we make the contact, you know, it's basically like touching these together or hitting the button on the trigger. Okay? Or hitting the button on the trigger and telling it start cutting. So now we're going to hook these up to the plasma cut, or to the arc droid, to the back here. So I like to use forks on these. All right, we're on the torch. Okay, now that we have all this hooked up and connected, we need to get all of our little parts on here.